Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight, the 15th of September 2025. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and I hope you had a good weekend. Let's take a look at the headlines. Grand Four unveils centenarian's billboards. Fatal accident claims life of 23-year-old Dewani Javid from Cooley Bistri. One Dominican murdered in St. Kitts. Flavors of the World Festival is raising the bar this year with a brand new culinary competition. Dominica Chess Festival showcases local talent and growth of the game. Julian Alfred wins bronze in women's 100-meter at World Championships. Ukrainian drones strike major Russian oil refinery. Details coming up next.
Dominica, get ready! The Flavors of the World Festival is on Sunday, September 20th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the stadium forecourt. Get ready for a day of music, international local cuisine, and culture. Let your taste buds travel to China, Venezuela, India, Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, Nigeria, Dominica, all in one afternoon while you are entertained with electrifying performances from Dominica's best entertainers with inflictions of music from international cultures. Tickets now at Bullseye Pharmacy, Tipex Scholar Lab, Next Connects, or online at ticketpass.com. VIP $250, children $5 to $12, $20, students $50, and adults $100. Come for the food and stay for the vibes. It's the Flavors of the World Festival, September 20th from 2 to 9 p.m. Stadium forecourt. You got to be there. It's an experience.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look at the local news. An initiative by a group of civic-minded individuals in collaboration with the Grand Fort Village Council announces the launch of the community's centenarian project. This initiative aims at honoring and preserving the legacies of those who have reached the remarkable age of 100 years or more, recognizing this milestone as a symbol of strength, resilience, and longevity. To date, Grand Fort is the birthplace and home to 14 known centenarians, with only one current survivor, Miss Josephine Pascal, who is 101 years old. The following are the project aims: to highlight their lives and give prominence to the contributions made to the community, to recognize and glorify God for the gift of long life, Psalms 91 verse 6 and Proverbs 3 verse 16, to encourage present and future generations to show appreciation for the role of the elderly in shaping community, to encourage the documentation of community events of historical significance. Two major activities have been scheduled to mark the occasion: a history night Friday, September 19, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Grand Fort Primary School, during which family members of the centenarians will share cherished memories of their loved ones, including a video presentation highlighting some of their experiences. The official launch and sale of the centenarian booklet featuring life stories, achievements of these centenarians. The unveiling ceremony of two billboards on Saturday, 27th, 2025 at 4 p.m. at the Grand Fort Primary School. Miss Josephine Pascal, the community's living centenarian, will have the honor to cutting the ribbon to unveil one of the billboards. The event will also feature cultural performances, a special exhibition showcasing items used by centenarians, traditional foods and cooking methods, and a surprise award presentation to a senior citizen. To represent unity and heritage, each centenarian's family will be identified by a unique color on the day. This group initiative requires the encouragement, support, and participation of community members, partners, supporters either through sponsorship, contributions in cash or kind, to ensure its success in preserving the legacy of our centenarians for future generations. The Electoral Office held a training session at the Public Service Union as an effort to prepare enrollment officers for the upcoming voters' confirmation process. Addressing the enrollment officers is Miss Anthea Joseph.
Pleasant good morning to all. We are truly happy and grateful that you have consented and accepted the roles of enrollment officers and assistant enrollment officers for this important confirmation process. This role carries significant responsibility, and as you will be the one directly interacting with voters who are confirming their registration, your conduct and professionalism will shape the public's experience and perception of the entire electoral process. As an enrollment officer, you are now an extension of the electoral office. Therefore, we expect from you a high level of maturity, accountability, confidentiality, and most important, neutrality throughout this process and for the full 12 months of your engagement with us. We also want to emphasize the importance of maintaining a low profile in political activities or matters during this time. The public must have complete trust in this transparent, unbiased process, and that trust begins with you.
Flavors of the World Festival is raising the bar this year with a brand new culinary competition. The festival, set for Sunday, September 28th, 2025, from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium forecourt, will not only celebrate global cuisine and culture, but also showcase a battle of creativity in the kitchen. Powered by Archipelago Wine and Spirits, the competition challenges chefs to create extraordinary dishes featuring either premium rainforest shrimp, octopus, or squid, combined with riscoso olive oil and Grace coconut milk. To add a unique twist, participants must also incorporate one authentic ingredient from their home country and one local ingredient from Dominica. The timed cook-off will unfold live at the festival grounds, with dishes judged on taste, presentation, creativity, and technical skill by a panel of distinguished chefs and culinary experts. Organizers say it's the first event of its kind in Dominica, one that promotes excitement, innovation, and an explosion of flavors while spotlighting the island's vibrant culinary talent and premium ingredients. And in some sad news over the weekend, a tragic accident at Biosh on Friday, September 12, 2025, has claimed the life of 23-year-old Dewani Dravid Loda of Kulibistri. Reports indicate that the vehicle Dewani was driving swerved off the road and plunged into the sea. His body was later retrieved with the assistance of fishermen and the Coast Guard. Dewani, an employee at the 1 Mile Agricultural Center, was returning home from work at the time of the incident. EmoNews extends deepest condolences to his family and friends during this time of sorrow. Also in local news, a new hub for health and fitness opened its doors on Saturday with the official blessing of the Beyond Limits Fitness Center building at Bath Estate. The ceremony marked the beginning of operations for the regional gym, aimed at promoting wellness and active lifestyles in the community. Owner Sherma John welcomed tenants and visitors, expressing optimism for the gym's success in Dominica. She encouraged the public to take charge of their health by signing up for the facilities programs and making fitness a priority.
I would just like to encourage Dominicans. Fitness and health is wealth. So when I spoke about Wealthy Wednesday and so on, I spoke about Wealthy Wednesday. And a lot of times, people think wealth is about having a lot of money. Wealth is not about just having money. Wealth is about being healthy. If you're not healthy, you really have low wealth. And so, like I say, my spirituality, health, emotional intelligence, my relationship with my family, all of these form part of my wealth. Networking, all of this is part of my wealth, and that is what is an investment.
Representatives of Beyond Limits Fitness Center, including Ash, also addressed attendees, highlighting the gym's mission to provide a supportive environment for all fitness levels and to inspire healthier lifestyles across the island. The Prevo Cinemal Ballroom was filled with admiration and emotion as family, friends, and dignitaries gathered for the launch of An Unconquerable Spirit, the indigenous resistance to colonization in the Caribbean Windward Islands, the posthumous work of the late historian Dr. Helen Paul Francis. Renee Francis Ononuju, Dr. Francis' daughter, delivered a heartfelt tribute during the ceremony, recounting her mother's tireless dedication to education, scholarship, and the preservation of Kalinago history. She reflected on childhood memories of her mother working late into the night on her doctoral thesis, territoriality and nationhood, colonial disposition, and the resurgent identity of the native Caribbean, which she completed in 1999 under the mentorship of Professor Sir Hilary Beckles at the University of the West Indies. Renee highlighted her mother's broader contributions to education in Dominica, including helping to found the Dominica State College and establishing a credit transfer system that allowed Dominican students to study abroad more easily. Even during her battle with cancer in 2014, Dr. Francis remained committed to fostering learning, truth, and justice.
Were never passive victims, but active resistors in warfare, in negotiations, and in survival. She traced how Kalinago adapted to changing systems, trade, slavery, land dispossession, while preserving their identity. She would tell me that education is not about the degrees on the wall, but about what you do with what you've learned. And despite her academic work in Barbados, she never let us feel far away. Every night she would call us on the landline, listening patiently to our stories from primary school. On holidays, she would bring us with her, take us to Cape Shepherd Mall, let us pick a Barbie doll or bring back a toy when we couldn't travel. It never felt like she was absent, even when she was. She helped found the Dominica State College and worked to forge relationships with the U.S. universities. She was instrumental in establishing the credit system, now widely used, allowing Dominican students to transfer abroad without prohibitive costs that once held them back. She wanted every Dominican student to have a fighting chance at a bachelor's degree. In July 2014, she was diagnosed with cancer. When we heard the news, it was Gina and I who cried, not her. The cancer was debilitating, and she endured 6 long months of agony. Yet she carried it with grace. That was who my mother was, a fighter. She fought to remain alive, but on January 30th, 2015, she passed.
In honor of her legacy, the family established the Heaven Francis Syrian Scholarship at the Convent High School, awarded annually to the outstanding student in history. Renee described the book as not only an academic work, but our mother's spirit captured on the page, emphasizing that her mother's courage, intellect, and compassion continue to inspire. The event was attended by President of Dominica, Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, the Honorable Minister of Kalinago Affairs, Cozier Frederick, representatives from the University of the West Indies, and members of Dr. Francis's family and extended community. Renee concluded her address by saying, "Her voice is on these pages, her spirit lingers in every argument, and her legacy continues in every student, every reader, and every Kalinago child who learns that their history is not marginal, but central to the story of this region. She was and remains unconquerable." Applause filled the room as the book was officially unveiled, marking a celebration of history, resilience, and the enduring impact of a remarkable scholar. At the launch of the book, An Unconquerable Spirit, Mistress Gwyneth Frederick, representing the Kalinago territory, reflected on the enduring strength of the Kalinago people. In her remarks, she highlighted their resilience in the face of centuries of colonization, displacement, and cultural suppression. She emphasized that today, The Kainago have successfully integrated into modern society, with members holding significant positions across various sectors. Mistress Frederick further noted that the book should be read as a tribute to indigenous resilience, describing the Kainago as living testaments of enduring power with strength deeply rooted in heritage. She concluded by thanking the family for the opportunity to represent the Kainago people at the event. Dominica Scout Association (DSA) marked a significant milestone with its presentation of warrants, beads, and certificates ceremony held at the Goodwill Parish Hall. The event celebrated the formal installation of newly appointed commissioners and trainers recognized for their competence and dedication. The ceremony, held under the distinguished patronage of the President of Dominica, Her Excellency Silvani Burton, underscores the association's continued commitment to empowering youth through scouting and strengthening leadership structures essential for national development. Bishop Lennox Timothy, President of the Dominica Scout Association, delivered the welcome remarks, highlighting the importance of investing in youth leadership and fostering a culture of responsibility, discipline, and service. The installation of these key officers reflects on DSA's ongoing dedication to shaping future leaders and promoting the values of scouting across the island. And now, in a sad turn of events, authorities have identified the victim in the recent Portsmouth homicide as 33-year-old Dwight Maxime, also known as Dapper, of Harbour Lane. He was shot between the hours of 12 and 1 a.m. this morning. EmoNews spoke to his mom, who lives in the U.S., and stated, "Emo, Lord, help me. I'm lost. I'm frozen." Speaking with residents of Portsmouth, they said that he was a very cool and friendly young man. He was very passionate about his grandmother, named Faith. We extend our sincere condolences to his family and loved ones during this difficult time. May he rest in peace. Tragedy struck on Saturday night when 18-year-old Sean Kadim John, a Dominican national and student of the Washington Archibald High School, was shot and killed in the college housing area of St. Kitts and Nevis. Police in St. Kitts confirmed the fatal shooting in an official statement issued Sunday morning, noting that investigators have since launched a full probe into the incident. Sean's family hails from Gotta Village in Roseau, Dominica. According to reports, his mother discovered him lying in a pool of blood after he had sustained a single gunshot wound to the head. Local journalist Matt Peltier spoke with family members in Gotta Village who expressed deep grief and shock after the tragic loss. EmoNews extended condolences to his family and friends. And now, news from Haiti. The Haitian government is stepping up efforts to retake gang-controlled zones, with Prime Minister Alex Didier Fils-Aimé urging public support and vowing not to abandon citizens. Security forces continue operations in Port-au-Prince, backed by clean-up and infrastructure repairs. Officials say life in the capital is gradually stabilizing. Government leaders met with UN representatives to discuss security, aid, and election plans. So far, 87% of polling centers are identified, 70% of staff mobilized, and US 65 million secured. CARICOM, Colombia Advanced Trade Agreement talks. Yes, CARICOM and Colombia have completed a second round of negotiations to update their Trade and Economic and Technical Cooperation Agreement, TECA, held September 9 to 10, 2025. Discussions focus on expanding market access for key agricultural and industrial products and updating institutional arrangements. Both sides confirmed steps to include Haiti and Suriname and reported progress on priority products. A third round is scheduled for November. Officials say the updated agreement aims to boost trade, support market diversification, and strengthen regional supply chains. Veteran diplomat ambassador Elizabeth Harper passes away at 67. Career Development Ambassador Elizabeth Ann Harper has died at the age of 67 after a period of illness. She passed away on Saturday. Harper most recently served as Guyana's ambassador to CARICOM and was a former permanent secretary and director general at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. President Dr. Irfan Ali paid tribute, calling her one of Guyana's finest diplomats. He praised her distinguished service, saying her career was defined by excellence, dedication, and unwavering commitment to the country. And now moving on to international news. More than 100,000 people descended on Britain's capital on Saturday for one of the country's largest far-right rallies in decades. The United Kingdom rally was organized by Tommy Robinson, a convicted fraudster with a violent criminal record, and attended by billionaire Elon Musk via video link. Amid a sea of flag-waving and soccer-style chanting from large crowds that exceeded expectations, violent clashes with police led to dozens of arrests. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said Sunday that Britain would never surrender to far-right protesters and condemned attacks against police officers as well as the racist intimidation of minorities. The English flag represents our diverse country, he said. But the march came amid a surge of nationalism in the UK, with a far-right party topping the polls and the murder of American conservative activist Charlie Kirk, an assassination Robinson used to mobilize support in the run-up to the event. One of Russia's largest oil refineries was hit by Ukrainian drones, sparking a fire on Sunday, Russian officials and Ukraine's military said. The strike on the Kishiri refinery in Russia's northwestern Leningrad region follows weeks of Ukrainian attacks on Russian oil infrastructure that Kiev says fuels Moscow's war effort. The facility, operated by Russian oil major company, produces approximately 17.7 million metric tons of crude per year, equivalent to about 355,000 barrels per day, and is one of Russia's top 3 oil producers by output. According to Ukraine's general staff, explosions and a fire were reported at the refinery. It posted a photo appearing to show a blaze of clouds of smoke against a night sky. Ukraine's drone command confirmed it attacked the refinery and said it had carried out a successful strike. Regional Governor Alexander Dovzhenko said 3 drones were downed overnight in the Kirishi area, with falling debris sparking a fire at the facility. He said no one was injured and the blaze was extinguished. And that's all for international news this evening. Stay tuned for the sports segment after this short message.
Double the draws, double the chances, double the excitement. Match 5, your local jackpot game.
And now for the sports segment. Reigning Olympic champion Julian Alfred secured a bronze medal in the women's 100-meter final at the 2025 World Athletics Championships, clocking 10.84 seconds on Saturday night. This marks Alfred's first World Championship medal, a historic achievement for the St. Lucian sprinter and a proud moment for her country. Alfred, also a St. Lucia tourism ambassador, continues to inspire as she cements her place among the world's sprinting elite. Former boxing world champion Ricky Hatton found dead at 46. Greater Manchester Police confirmed that the officers were called at 6:45 a.m. by a member of the public, where they discovered the body of 46-year-old Ricky Hatton. the former boxing world champion. Hatton's professional career made him one of the most celebrated British fighters of his generation. He rose to prominence in 2025 by defeating Hall of Famer Kostya Tszyu via an 11-round stoppage to claim the IBF super lightweight title in Manchester. He later went on to win the WBA welterweight title against Louis Collazo in 2006. Condolences to all boxing fans. The promenade came alive on Saturday, September 13th, as the chess enthusiasts of all ages gathered for the annual chess festival hosted by the Dominica Chess Federation. The event highlighted local champions, celebrated the growth of chess in the community, and emphasized the Federation's mission to expand the game across the island. Over the past few years, the Dominica Chess Federation has hosted numerous tournaments, including the National Chess Championship, Women's Championship, Inter-Schools Tournament, and Under-18 Junior Championship. Notable winners include Nigel Francis, Robert Breedy, and Ayana Kizini, the latter representing Dominica internationally at just 15 years old. Dominican players also have competed abroad, participating in the 2023 and 2024 World Chess Olympiads in Hungary. Their performances have shown steady improvement, and the Federation is committed to continued growth and international representation. The participants expressed excitement.
Yes, my name is Ross Boyd, and I've been trying to promote chess for the past 20 years. And I can see now that positive gains are being made, and Dominica will be better for it. An idle pastime. It is a kind of pastime that will stimulate your thinking. It will make you an organized human being, because to play chess, we have to recognize that chess is not only a game, it is a study.
My name is Imani Henry. I've been a chess player for 4 years. It's great to play chess. I really enjoy it. It's been very educational, very fulfilling. I've gotten to do a lot of interesting things. And I feel like the festival is a good opportunity to introduce new people to chess.
The chess festival at the promenade not only celebrated local achievements, but also inspired a new generation to embrace chess as a tool for strategic thinking, discipline, and personal growth. And also in Tokyo, Seville ends Jamaica's 100-meter gold drought. Yes, Seville made history at the World Athletics Championships on Sunday, winning Jamaica's first global men's 100-meter gold since Usain Bolt in 2016. He clocked a personal best 9.77 seconds, breaking through after several near misses. Kishen Thompson took silver in 9.82 seconds, securing a Jamaican 1-2 finish, while defending champion Noah Lyles of the US claimed bronze in 9.89 seconds. Trained by legendary coach Glenn Mills, Seville now ranks as the 5th fastest Jamaican ever and leads a new wave of sprinting talent from the island. Canada's Evan Dunphy captured his first world title in the men's 35-kilometer race walk on Saturday at the 2025 World Athletics Championships, while Spain's Maria Perez successfully defended her women's crown. Dunphy, 34, stayed patient in the early stages before overtaking the Japanese leaders after 30 kilometers, crossing the finish line in 2 hours, 28 minutes, 22 seconds. Brazil's Caio Bonfim took silver, with Japan's Hayato Kozuki claiming bronze. Dunphy, who previously earned a 50-kilometer Olympic bronze and a 2019 World Championships bronze, described the victory as a dream come true. Perez dominated the women's race, breaking away after 23 kilometers to finish in 2 hours, 39 minutes and 1 second. Italy's Antonella Parmisano and Ecuador's Paula Milena Torres secured silver and bronze respectively, with Torres setting a national record. Perez aims to continue her strong form in the upcoming 20-kilometer race walk. And that's all for the sports segment this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service.
Welcome to the weather broadcast for today, Monday, the 15th of September 2025. From our studios in Jimit, I'm your presenter, Marshall Alexander. As we take a look at the survey shot analysis here with Dominica in the green circle, we are looking at two tropical waves out in the Atlantic. This wave located some 600 miles to the east of the Les Antilles, and the second wave in the central Atlantic located some 1,580 miles to the east of the Les Antilles with a low pressure center, and both systems are moving in a westerly direction, approaching the region of the Les Antilles. Now let's take a look at the satellite imagery. Here we can see the convection associated with a weak trough, which is presently affecting the northern portion of the region, including Dominica, bringing an increasing cloudiness with some scattered showers. And also here we have the convection associated with that tropical wave located some 600 miles to the east of Les Antilles, expected to affect the area sometime during tomorrow. And over here we have that large area of convection associated with that tropical wave out in the central Atlantic, which is moving in a west-northwesterly direction, approaching the region. Now the projection is that this system, or this tropical wave in the central Atlantic, has a high chance of development during the next 7 days and a medium chance of development during the next 2 days, and is projected to move towards the area of the northern Leeward Islands, so to the north of the northern Leeward Islands, and this is expected over the weekend. Now this wave is expected to become a tropical depression or tropical storm by the middle of the week or during the latter part of the week. So that is around Wednesday or into Friday. And this system is projected to pass north of the northern Leeward Islands sometime during the weekend. So we are monitoring the systems. We're advising also that residents continue to monitor the progress of that system. So now we look at the moisture. Here we can see moisture associated with that trough, which continues to affect the area of Dominica and the northern portion of the island chain. And here we can see the moisture associated with a tropical wave expected to move through the area tomorrow. So again, we're advising people in areas prone to flooding, landslides, and falling rocks, be on alert and exercise caution during tomorrow. And over here we have this area of increased moisture associated with a tropical wave, which is being monitored by the National Hurricane Center with a high chance of development during the next 7 days and a medium chance of development during the next 2 days. Here we have satellite imagery showing the areas of cloudiness and thunderstorm cells. Here we have areas of cloudiness associated with that trough system as it continues to move away from the islands. And here we have this area of cloudiness associated with a tropical wave. Most of the significant areas of cloudiness can be observed towards the north and expected to move across the area by tomorrow. Here we can see this area of cloudiness, which includes thunderstorm cells, which is projected to move in a west-northwesterly direction with a medium chance of development during the next 2 days and a high chance of development during the next 7 days. So again, residents are advised to monitor the progress of that system as it's expected to become a tropical depression or a tropical storm, during which it will be named Tropical Storm Gabriel, and expected to pass north of the northern Leeward Islands during the weekend. Now taking a closer look, here we have Dominica did experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies during today, and looking at earlier radar imagery, Dominica did experience some light to moderate showers across the island during today, and also we did see an increase in scattered showers across the islands to the north of Dominica as well. So we can see some showers on the east approaching, so we're still expecting to see some passing showers from time to time across Dominica during the coming hours. Now tonight's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with some scattered showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms, with temperatures expected to be down to 25 degrees Celsius on the coast and 24 degrees Celsius in the interior. And tomorrow, occasional cloudiness with scattered showers can be expected throughout the next 3 days. However, a slight reduction in moisture can be expected on Wednesday, and there's also a chance for isolated thunderstorms as well during the coming days. Temperatures expected to peak up to 33 degrees Celsius on Tuesday and Wednesday, with a slight decrease to 32 degrees Celsius on Thursday. So again, increased temperatures, that means that you should stay hydrated and stay cool during the coming days. Some light winds can be expected, and also seas expected to peak up to 5 feet throughout the next 3 days. We can expect to see also an increase in wave heights by Friday. High tide tomorrow will be at 1:46 p.m. and low tide will be at 6:58 a.m. and 5:43 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:54 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:06 p.m. Again, stay informed, stay safe, be prepared. Scan our QR code here to follow us on our WhatsApp channel, and also search Dominica Met to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and also visit our website at weather.gov.dm for up-to-date weather information. Stay informed, stay safe, be prepared, continue to monitor, stay safe.
And that's all for tonight's news segment. I'm Rick Francis, and this is EmoNews, every moment online. Have a good evening.